The European political landscape is experiencing a dramatic shift, with a cascade of conservative transitions unfolding across the multiple nations. Italy's recent conservative prime minister marked the initial wave, followed by Georgia's surprising anti Ukraine stance. However, the latest development in Romania could prove particularly challenging for both Ukraine and NATO. The alarm bells are echoing through Brussels and Kiev after Călin Georgescu, an independent and a pro Russia candidate, has unexpectedly won the first round of Romania's presidential election. His shocking victory has triggered fears of mammoth ideological shift into a critical NATO and EU member state. Georgescu, an ultranationalist without any party affiliation, represents a new breed of right-wing populist. His emergence has challenged Romania's traditional pro-Western stance, with opponents like Elena Lasconi warning about potential Russian exploitation of electoral frustrations. This development is particularly significant because Romania has history of being considered a reliable EU and NATO ally. In recent days, Romania and Ukraine have forged an unprecedented alliance in the wake of Russia's full-scale war with Ukraine. Despite the historical complexities involving the territorial and linguistic differences, the two countries have developed a remarkably close relationship. Romania has emerged as a critical supporter of Ukraine, symbolized by their 10-year security agreement signed in July this year. The support extends beyond the diplomatic rhetoric, with Romania providing military aid, training Ukrainian fighter pilots, and facilitating the marine training. Ukraine has also made it a frontline observer of the war, experiencing more Russian military drone activities than any other neighboring state. NATO's strategic calculus has also elevated Romania's importance. With the alliance's eastward shift, focusing on countering the Russian threats, Romania is dramatically increasing its defense expenditure and becoming a key strategic asset in containing the potential Russian aggression. However, Călin Georgescu's victory is unveiling Romania's underlying anger against the West. With the 96% of the vote counted, the ultranationalist independent candidate is leading with 22% of the vote, narrowly ahead of Marcin Caiculu's 20% vote share lead. His unprecedented rise, primarily driven by social media, particularly TikTok, signals a dramatic shift in Romanian political dynamics. This massive win stems from the championing Romanian farmers, advocating for a reduced import dependency and promising the increased energy and food production. His TikTok following of 1.6 million demonstrates a powerful connection with the younger, disillusioned voters. The backdrop to his emergence is Romania's economic distress. As the European Union member with the highest poverty risk, the country is grappling with escalating living costs and widespread disillusionment with the incumbent leadership. Georgescu has strategically capitalized on this economic uncertainty, anti-Ukraine stance, and has positioned himself as an alternative to the established political structures. Also, the Romania-Ukraine relationship has long been marked by underlying tensions, particularly evident in the agricultural sector. The Zelensky's controversial decision to extensively dredge the Danube River beyond the prescribed limits has directly impacted the Romanian farmers' production and market capabilities. If one remembers, in February last year, Ukraine dramatically altered the Bistro Canal depth from 3.9 to 6.5 meters, a significant change unseen since the Soviet Union's collapse. This strategic modification came as a direct response to Russia's war, which severely restricted Ukraine's access to the Black Sea port. The Danube export route became a crucial lifeline for Ukraine, with exports reaching 1.5 million tons. The deeper Bistro Canal presented an additional potential capacity of 500,000 tons, effectively circumventing the maritime blockade by Russia. But for the Romanian farmers, this unilateral action represented more than economic inconvenience. The poor farmers were brutally screwed over, forced to swallow Ukrainian agricultural imports while their own produce was ruthlessly dumped. Georgescu emerged as the perfect candidate opposing this systematic destruction. And so, Romanian farmers decided to deliver their most potent possible message: a massive FU to Ukraine and the bureaucratic EU system that sold them out. By potentially electing Georgescu, they are not choosing a candidate, they are launching a full scale revolt against a system that has repeatedly trampled their economic survival. And so this election is raw, unfiltered revenge. Every vote for Georgescu is a direct threat to the political establishment that sacrificed Romanian farmers' interest on the altar of geopolitical convenience. Zelensky and NATO have no idea what awaits them in Eastern Europe.